Okay, good morning, Year 10. I'm actually recording this on Thursday last week, it will be for you, just so I can kind of get a little bit ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the questions. Some I probably won't even need to go through because they were done so well by you all. So, for example, there's no need really to go through the Pythagoras question because I think most of you got that right. But there are a few that I can see a few trends with that we need to kind of sort out. So the first one that we need to sort out is this one. Goodness me. Adding and subtracting mixed numbers. I don't know how many, quite a few of you either got 1 mark on this or no marks. And that's because you didn't read the question. If you look, I wanted it as a mixed number in simplest form. Now, a lot of you left it as an improper fraction, and that's why you got 1 mark. So if I fed back to you that you got 1 mark on this question, that's probably why you left it as an improper fraction. And some of you got nothing. I don't know why. You just had a bit of a meltdown and couldn't remember how to add and subtract fractions. So I am going to have to go through this. So what I would actually do to start off with is I would take away the 1. So I would do 6 take away 1, which obviously gives me 5. And then I would have 5 and 2/9 left minus 5/6. And then we could go from there. I think that's probably the easiest thing to do, just to get rid of that 1 to start off with. So if I change this side to an improper fraction, so 5 times 9, 45, and then add the 2, 47/9 minus 5/6 over here. And if we try and find a sort of common denominator, don't know why I've just written 9 there, should be a 6, shouldn't it? So if I look at that, I know it's going to be over 18, isn't it? It's going to be our common denominator. So multiply both of those by 2, so we've got 94, and then the other one's multiplied by 3, so 15. 94 take away 15 is 79. Over 18, so you got 1 mark if you got to there, which as a mixed number in simplest form is 4 and 7/18, which is what I was looking for. Okay, next question, number 2. This was done really well. This question was done really well, so thank you, well done for that. Just a nice pair of simultaneous equations where I think you actually only have to change one of them, don't you? So if we label them 1 and 2, then I know that I'm probably going to have to change the first one. I'd multiply 1 by 4 is what I'd do. So I would get 12a plus 8b is 24. If you multiplied it, both of them, it doesn't matter, you would have ended up with the right answer as long as your algebra was correct anyway. And I'm going to label that number 3. What I would do then is I would do equation 3 take away equation 2. Okay, doing that, 12a take away 12a gives you nothing, so you've eliminated the a's. 8b take away 3b is 5b. And then 24 minus 21 gives you 45. Now, someone, I'm not going to name names, thought that 45 divided by 5 was 7. I'm not going to name names. B equals 9. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Okay. Once you've got your B, then you can just substitute it in. So I would sub it into A, into equation 1. Sub into 1. Okay, and then I'd get 3A plus 2 times B, which is 18, equals 6. Take away the 18, so 3 equals minus 12. And then A is therefore minus 4. So that was done really well. I just thought I'd go through that just because 1 or 2 of you got it wrong. So you can have a look through that again. Okay, number 3. Oh, again, this one done so well. Really, really well, this one. So very, very happy with number 3. Again, the odd person had a bit of a mare and didn't do it right, but you know, it's okay, everything is fine. So again, I would start by drawing your arrows in, and then like that. It's kind of like a quadratic, expanding 2 brackets there. So 8 times 8, 64. Now your root 2 times 8 minus your root 2 times 8 would cancel out, so you don't really have anything. And then root 2 times minus root 2 is minus 2. Someone said it was minus 4. It's not. Root 2 times root 2 is 2, just like root 4 times root 4 is 4, because the root of 4 is 2, and 2 times 2 gives you 4, if that makes sense. So then you just end up with 62. So that was done really well. Really good question, that one. Difference of 2 squares, really, that question is, isn't it? Okay, so number 4, let me look at my sheet of this. Again, mostly done well. Some people got 1 mark on this. Remember when I think this is the rounding one, isn't it? When you're looking at estimating, what you want to do is round to one significant figure when you're estimating. So what you should have done, someone even didn't estimate at all and actually tried to work it out. Estimate means you've got to round it. So I would round it all to 1 SF. And you get 700 divided by 10, which gives me 70. If I thought there was appropriate rounding at some point, then I gave you a mark. If I thought you just did completely the wrong thing, then you got nothing. Okay? Sorry if you hear anything. Next door neighbours. Next one, number 5, is, again, I think this was done pretty well. Maybe 5 or 6 of you got 1 mark. A few of you dropped 1 mark, but, you know, nothing too drastic. Mostly done really well. I think some of you started off well, and then didn't know where to go once you'd found your formula and you didn't know how to substitute it. Well, very simply, your area is going to be 120 over 360. So that's your fraction, 120 over 360 multiplied by pi r squared, because that's the area of a circle. So simplifying 120 over 360, you get a third, times by pi times by 18 squared, because 18 is your radius. If we sort that out, we get 324 pi over 3, because 324 is 18 squared. And then sorting that out, we get 108 pi centimetres squared. Now, some of you might have dropped a mark because you didn't put centimetres squared, even though I told you to. That's why you got 2 marks, if you dropped one. Silly thing to do, very, very silly. Okay, I think this will be the last one before I have to stop. Let me check my time. No, I can keep going. It's all right. I've still got a bit of time. I still could probably do 3 more, I reckon, if I race. Yep, this will be an easy one to do. Let me have a look. This one done, again, really, really well. Few odd people missing things out. So to cancel this algebraic fraction, you need to factorise the top, factorise the bottom. So factorising the top, you can take 5 out, so x plus 7 over, and then you factorise the bottom. So that's why there's quite a few marks for this question, because you've got a lot of factorising to do there. And you get x plus 7 and then x plus 7 again, because you need 2 numbers that multiply to give you 49 and add together to give you 14. Sorting that out, I can cancel those 2, because they're like a fraction with common factors that you can take away, and I'm left with 5 over x plus 7. And that was your final answer there. That, I think, was 3 marks. Yep, it was. And done, again, very well, that one. Next one, this one, not done so well. Question 7, a bit hit and miss here. I mean, a lot of you got 3 marks for it and was really good, but some of you dropped a mark because you didn't expand your bracket on the left-hand side and forgot to do that. So let's go through this one. I'm going to go through it carefully. So you've got y equals x over x minus 2. What I would do first, what most of you did in your working out I saw, was you multiplied both sides by x minus 2, which is good, and you kind of put it in a bracket, which is exactly what you were meant to do. That was exactly what you were meant to do, which is perfect. The thing that went wrong was you expanded this bit and you got xy, but a lot of you forgot to do y times minus 2, and you just have minus 2 there. You needed minus 2y there. Now you want to get your x's on the same side, so if I take away the x from the right hand side and add the 2y from the left hand side, we get something that looks like this. Okay. Now we just want to get 1x, so a lot of you remembered to factorise here, so take your x out and you get y minus 1, which was really good. A lot of you had a denominator of y minus 1, which was great. And then divide by y minus 1 gets you what you need to get. So x equals 2y over y minus 1. I mean, a lot of you got this. It's really, really good. A lot of you didn't really know what to do. So if this is something that you struggled with, you need to have a little, this is one of your topics, rearranging to change the formula of rearranging to change the subject of a formula. Okay, that's something you need to work on. Now I think I'll be able to squeeze one more in. Oh yeah, this one, just quickly. 2 marks this one. I think I've got a few answers that were 110. If you found 110, this is the angle that you found. A bearing is always north line clockwise, so you wanted this one here. So this one is indeed 110, but that's not the bearing of P from Q. Your bearing is around here. So all you need to do is 360 minus 110, and you get 250 degrees. And all of you, I think, remember to put degrees. So no silly marks lost there. So well done. Right, this is the end of the first video because I can only do kind of 15-minute videos at a time. So I shall see you in the next one.